I'm Lane and I have cystic fibrosis.
Lane's 13, and when he was born in 2009, we didn't know what CF was. You know, as a tired mom, I had just gotten him down for a nap, and then I had fallen asleep and my phone rang, and it was the local doctor's office, and they said, you know, Lane, we think he might have cystic fibrosis, so we just wanted to talk to you about that. We're looking into it a little further just to make sure, and I thought, I wonder if I'm gonna need some antibiotics today. That's how clueless I was about it. So I called Ryan and told him the news, and we hung up from each other, and then we actually both did some research, and we were back on the phone with each other right away, like, oh my gosh, this is substantial news.
I remember the spot where I was standing when she called me, and she told me what it was, and I have a concrete truck pouring concrete next to me, and she says cystic fibrosis, and I'm like, okay, you know, I've heard of it, I don't know what it is. And after she got off the phone with me saying that we have to go meet the doctor, I Googled it real quick, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And to this day, it's probably the worst physical pain. It felt like I let all the air out of my lungs, and then an elephant stood on me. It would hurt so bad to hear that. Because when he was born, I was like running up and down the hallways telling strangers, hey, I got a son, you know? And then to hear this, it really hurt.
Actually, Lane was the first cystic fibrosis patient that doctor's office had ever had. So that doctor was amazing because he had jumped right on the ball, got in touch with Children's, started doing his own research, and then within a day or two of the diagnosis, they had us over at Children's, and it was just a sigh of relief because they had so many great things to share and so much hope to give. I really didn't understand the impact that research and the foundation could have, where I was kind of hopeless in that regard. But actually, once I started really looking into it and talking to the research team and the nurses, they were like, no, you know, all of this behind the scenes and these pipelines and this study and this drug, and it's all gonna be great. And then we met Lane's doctor, who was Dr. Patel at the time, and he was very aggressive and forward thinking and got Lane on Kalydeco right away and saw huge changes right away.
The medicines, and we're just so thankful for the foundation, their generosity, all their help, the support. I mean, we couldn't do it without them. It's everything and more we ever dreamed it could be for us. To be in this situation and to have so much encouragement and hope and friends in the community, it's amazing.
I love to play basketball, baseball, and football. Because of the medications, I just feel normal.
And then we had Hayden about 2 years later, and she did not have CF, but she is a carrier.
She's awesome. She helps Isla a lot, and Isla is very thankful to have her. And she's thankful to have Isla. They're good friends.
My name is Isla, and I have cystic fibrosis.
So she was a total surprise for us. And when she said that she was pregnant, I'm like, oh, we're having a girl and she'll have CF. I said that the second, that went through my mind the second she told me we were pregnant. And we had a nurse that we went to that did the amniocentesis, which tested for the CF, and you could tell that Isla's bowels she had some blockage, and it was actually a friend of ours who was a nurse that says, that's a sign of CF. And I've said, I already know this, that she's gonna have CF. And I already know she's got an awesome bigger brother, and we're all prepared for it, so it's not really that big of a deal. It wasn't a shock, it was just, okay, let's go.
We came home and we were like, we're just sad to say that Isla has CF, and Lane said, she does? And he was actually happy, and we laughed. We were like, this is a bittersweet moment because he now has someone in his house to partner with and someone that's going through what he's going through, and it was very heartwarming.
When I found out my little sister had CF, I was happy that I had someone to do vest with.
Ever since Isla was born, they've been best buddies, and he taught her how to do the vest and that it's not that big a deal, and they put stickers on their vests and make it their own, and they do their own thing, and Yeah, Lane's been an awesome big brother.
My vest keeps the coughs away and it makes me healthy.
So when Isla was 3 months old, she was in the hospital for Pseudomonas eradication for 2 weeks. And while we were in the hospital, they started putting things in the works for us to be in the clinical trial in Indianapolis, where Lane actually had his clinical trial when he was 3 years old. She was one of the first youngest kids to start Kalydeco in that study, and she was only 3 months old. And she, as soon as she started that medicine, she really just made a turnaround, and things have been excellent ever since.
I like to do volleyball and basketball and doing my tricks on the trampoline.
I feel like the only thing that affects them is just like the pills and having to take like an hour and out of their day of doing the vest.
CF is in the morning. It's when we do the treatment. So we focus on it in the morning, and when we have to do the vest in the afternoon, or any breathing treatments in between. And after that, we live and we have fun, and we make life about life and not about CF.
You only want what's best for your kids, you know? You want them to have a better life than you. But now he can beat me in basketball. He can run circles around me. He's everything I wish I was. I could be, you know, when I was a kid. He's 10 times more. It went from doom and gloom to, hey, these kids are gonna be 100 years old, you know, and they're gonna outlive me and they're gonna have awesome lives. And Lane is super athletic and Isla is super funny, and she's got so much going on that the sky's the limit for these two.
When the donations come in as a parent, it actually makes me visualize more treatment pipelines, more research studies, and then longer life expectancy. I actually visualize that every time I see someone making a donation. So it makes me feel just amazing.
Thank you for all the people who gave them the medicine that helps them feel better.
I think one day there will be a cure for CF.